It's almost Valentine's Day, and if you're looking for something last minute to get a date and impress your crush, I got you. I'm gonna show you how to make this super easy, super cute website to get yourself a Valentine. Alright, to get started, you want to go to Codesandbox, which is a free online code editor. And hit create at the top right, and this is gonna create a new project. You want to select React with TypeScript. Give it a name like I'm lonely, please date me. Hopeless girl seeking someone who will share this feeling. Just kidding. Read that sandbox and let's go. Alright, so we got some auto-generated files and boilerplate code. We also have this preview window on the right. As you can see, there is a shareable URL link at the top, which is so nice. You can literally send your website to whoever you want. Like if you ask this girl to be your Valentine and she says no, no worries, just copy paste that link and send to someone else. Also, this has really fast edit refresh time, so if you make any changes to your code on the left, it will instantaneously refresh and reflect on the right preview. By the way, that's one of the main draws of front-end development, being able to see the results of your code quicker. So you get that sense of instant gratification. So what the heck do these files do? App.tsx is the bulk of your program. We're going to put all the UI and functionality logic in here. Styles.css provides the formatting for your program, so it makes it prettier. And index.tsx, you don't really have to worry about this one. This provides the entry point to your React application and initializes the React app by basically finding the HTML element with the root ID and then rendering the app component inside there. The relationship between these files by imagining a movie set. The index.tsx file is going to be the movie director, the stage manager. He sets up the stage and tells the audience where to look. He grabs the root element, which is the stage, and he places the main act, which is app.tsx, there for everyone to see. He says lights, camera, action, and who brings the action, who brings the heat? That's going to be app.tsx. This file is the star of the show. It's the main actor. This file holds the story, the dialogue, the juicy plot twists. It decides what's going to happen, and all the functionalities are here. In this case, we're going to display fun animations, buttons, and interactions, so this file brings the whole experience to life. And last but not least, we have our styles.css file, which is like the costume designer, makeup, hair artist. This file dresses up your program and gives it a glow up. It changes the colors, fonts, sizes, and decorates the stage, like the background, spacing, and layouts. Basically, it makes your program look hot. Okay, I went ahead and coded the main functionality. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through this code and explain what's happening. We're also going to add CSS styling and make the program prettier later, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so we have our state variables up here. These useState hooks manage the app's behavior and the component state data. This one here, the screen, it sets the screen initially to be start, so that's the screen where it says you've got mail and you can click the open mail button. And then later on in my program, when I call the set screen function, then that's going to send a request to React to handle that new screen update internally, and then upon re-render it will return the new screen, so it will show another screen like will you be my Valentine. Move count tracks how many times the no button moves. Click count counts how many times no is clicked, so this variable keeps track of how many times you got rejected. Yes size controls how much the yes button grows. No position stores the position of the no button for when it moves around randomly when it tries to run away and hide from your cursor. And then image index, this is grayed out because I'm not using it. Basically it just handles an animated Pikachu image sequence, but I figured out another way to animate it, so that's why I'm not using it right now. And then here's the array of funny no button text. This function, handle no click. Basically what's happening here is if no is clicked 5 times, then an alert or like the error pop-up screen will appear saying something funny, like in a funny error message here, pretending that the button is broken. And then otherwise, if you haven't hit 5 no button clicks, then it's going to update the click count of the no button. When it updates the count of the no click count, then that will change the display text for the no button. The move no button function essentially it's dictating that if the user hovers the no button less than 9 times, then that's going to make the no button move away randomly. And by doing some math here, and then and setting the X and Y axis positioning, then every time the no button moves, we're also going to increase the size of the yes button. And then this one again is trying to create the effect of a looping animation by cycling through the 11 static images that I initially had every 200 milliseconds, but I didn't end up using this because I figured out a way to animate easily on Procreate. This is where we have our UI rendering. If we're at the start screen, then we're going to display the welcome message like you've got mail, and then we're going to have a button that the user can click on and move on to the next screen, which is Will You Be My Valentine? This is the reward screen, so of course, you know, if the user clicked yes, then that's going to trigger the yay screen and everyone is happy. This is the Will You Be My Valentine screen, which is the bulk of the program, and the majority of the time the user will spend is here. Things to note here is that the yes button will scale up when it's hovered over, and when you click on it, then that sets the screen to be the yay screen, and it moves on to showing the happy screen, the happy reward screen. What's happening here is that this is a ternary operator, and what this means is when the no button has moved less than 9 times, it's going to show the text of no. But once the button has moved 9 times and over, then it's going to show the text from the no text array at the top that I mentioned earlier. It indexes into the no text array, and it takes the minimum of whatever click count you're at or the size of the array, and the minimum here is just to make sure that we don't get an array out of bounds exception and try to access the index of the array that doesn't exist. And essentially it's going to go through the text of the array in order one by one until it hits the last one. So overall, this website tries to discourage you from clicking no with a series of steps, and it encourages you to click yes. Note that we're using motion.button here for the yes and no buttons instead of the normal button class here, and that's because we want smoother dynamic animations when we scale up the yes button size here and when we change the X and Y axis coordinate positions of the no button upon mouse hover here. So as you can see in this preview window, this is what your website looks like currently. We haven't done a whole lot of CSS styling, so nothing is centered and everything is by default left aligned, and you just have this plain text. If you click this button, you can see that the button functionality does work. So you see the no button running away from my mouse cursor, and the yes button's getting bigger every time the no button moves. Then the no button will change the text, and you click through it, and then it does pop up that error alert. Then when you click yes, it triggers the yay screen or the reward screen. But that's kind of ugly right now, so we want to make it prettier. Just like you would make yourself dress up better and look prettier and more presentable for your Valentine's Day date, you're gonna also make your Valentine's Day website prettier. To make your program hotter, add an assets folder on the left here, and then upload in GIFs and images that you want to use. For example, I uploaded this custom artwork that I drew and this animation that I made myself from scratch, and other cute GIFs like these. Then Then you want to uncomment your styles.css file, import, and then import all of the assets and like GIFs, images that you uploaded in that you want to use. Oh, I also uploaded my custom font. So I turned my handwriting into a font here, and I uploaded the font files here. So I'm going to use that as well to make the website feel more personalized. Then I added in all my images like this into each of the screens, and I'm using these images instead of the plain text headers, like here as well, and here's another image. That's my own drawing, and here is the cute gift that asks you to be a Valentine. This is my styles.css file, so I'm importing my custom font that I made myself here, and I'm using that. And then I'm centering everything in the container, and I'm adding customizations and specific colors and font sizes and layouts. And now you're done! Congratulations! You built this really cute website and you've upped your pool game. Here's a scroll through of all the code that I used. And the other main file is styles.css. You might need to update a little bit in your config.json file here. Okay, so now that you've finished your website, go ahead, be brave, send it out, go get 'em, Tiger. I wish you the best of luck with your Valentine's Day. Also, just know that learning to code and program is definitely an uphill battle, so if you ever feel confused or discouraged, don't worry, because that's totally normal and I believe in you. Just keep going, you got this. Alright, happy Valentine's Day, goodbye!